During its runtime, Chapter 2 was incredibly controversial. You either loved it or you hated it with all your life and you just wanted the Chapter 1 map back. You couldn't go 5 seconds in a Fortnite comment section without reading, "Ooh, like to bring back the old map." And since the rumours of a Chapter 2 OG season are seemingly becoming more and more likely with each passing day, I thought I should make a video where I make the case that Fortnite Chapter 2 was Fortnite's best chapter. To start off with, we had the water update, which brought things like fishing, swimming, boats, which was revolutionary at the time, and we also had a much more simplified loot pool when compared to Season X, with new utility items such as the harpoon and the bandage bazooka. We also had 2 new features such as the DBNO carry feature and the weapon upgrade feature, which needs to come back, man, it was so good. Now, the first 3 months of this season were amazing. We had one of the best Fortnite events ever with the Storm King LTM, and then a little while later we had what many people consider to be the best Winterfest in Fortnite history. It introduced the cabin, for God's sake, how can people not love it? And then we got into that dry period when nothing really was added to the game other than side loading, which basically just unvaulted the heavy assault rifle, and that was kind of it. Then Season 2 dropped. Season 2 added henchmen, boss NPCs, the agency, grotto, shark, rig, boat, vaults, shakedowns, the Deadpool skin, spy games, and this was the season where the storyline started to kick off with the device event where Agent Jones was first introduced. Look, I don't think I need to spend too much time talking about this season. There's a very high chance you love it too, but in case you don't know how legendary this season was, just remember that they basically remade this season last year. That's how good it was. Although Season 2 did suffer from the same issues as Season 1, where the season did last like 8 years and for some reason nobody mentions it when they're reviewing the season. But it's a banger season though. Season 3 was a season that everyone was hyped for, the flood season. The map was covered in water, and over the weeks the water would lower, revealing old and new POIs on the island. We also had cars, more mythics, the charged shotgun, and rideable sharks. While I thought this season was very good, it went so fast that I really think that most people forgot about it. Banger season. Season 4 was one of the most controversial seasons this chapter, but now the reception of it has changed and it has become one of the most popular seasons of all time. We had the Avengers Mythics, Stark Industries, and another good Fortnite mode which featured players coming back from the dead as ghosts to terrorize the remaining players. This season was just overall an amazing season, and the content was spread out very well, with something always going on every week, it felt like. Then Season 5 came around, which brought Salty Towers, Hunter's Haven, one of my favourite POIs, the Butter Barn, Sand Tunneling, 0 Point Crystals, a decent Winterfest, gold, friendly NPCs, and a lot of collabs. Many people didn't like the gameplay of this season, and I can see why. Sand tunneling was disabled for like half the season, which kind of ruined the vibe for everyone. The Predator mid-season update didn't really spice up the game enough to keep things interesting, considering all it did was turn you invisible, and the brand new exotics were far too expensive for most people to buy. I think for me, the storyline of the season is what saved it. I was always waiting for one of Jones's reality logs to reveal who the next hunter was, and I loved seeing him appear throughout the season in various different trailers. And don't even get me started on the Season 6 teasers. I don't think I've ever been more hyped for Fortnite than I was when the Season 6 teasers came out. And then Fortnite Season 5 came to a close. Season 6 started with a bang with one of my favourite Fortnite events, the Zero Crisis event. This introduced the foundation into the storyline, and it was one of the best days in Fortnite I have ever seen. This season brought the wildlife and crafting into the mix, which is a very revolutionary idea, which most people did not like. The primal locations were a bit mid, and I do remember that they did not mesh well with the building grid. And some of the weapons were a bit useless. Like, I swear, I didn't get a single kill with the primal pistol. What is this? This season also brought the jump boots that nobody used and the impossible escape LTM, which was great at the time, but looking back on it, it was a bit mid. I really remember liking this season when it first came out, but I don't remember why. Oh, and the Season 7 teasers with the UFO, the crop circles, and the real-life ARG was amazing too. And here we are, Season 7, my second favourite season in Fortnite history. We had UFOs, the railgun, the ray gun, the fan-favourite abductor minigame, Rift Tour concert, POI abductions, which changed Slurpy Swamp, Coral Castle, and the IO base at the farm I forgot the name of. We also had Operation Skyfire event, which, I mean, when you look back at it, it was kind of just a walking simulator, but as a story event, it was great. It brought back Kevin the Cube, for God's sake, the fan favourite Kevin the Cube. Season 8 was okay. Like, it didn't really feel like a different season. Like, no locations on the map was changed until Fortnite despite the whole mothership coming crashing down on the island. The map was just a big poo stain throughout the season, and we waited for the cubes to move around for half the season so that we could get the new Cube Queen POI, which was actually quite good. The gameplay itself was alright. We had cube crafting and the sideways, which was a creative way to bring back the zombies into the game without it getting too annoying. The season ended with one of the best events in Fortnite history, the End 2.0. This event was cinema. We had us fighting and losing to the last reality. We had Jones and the Foundation in the bridge. We had the Scientist and the Visitor. It was a Fortnite lore nerd's dream. And then the map flipped and we got Chapter 3. Was Chapter 2 perfect? No. Not at all. But did I have fun with the chapter? Yes. Yes, I did. There were a lot more bangers than stinkers. Chapter 2 had the most consistent innovation throughout the chapter. It was like every other season they had something new up their sleeve they wanted to try out. Many of those things became staples in Fortnite, like bosses, NPCs, and gold. I really think Chapter 2 was Fortnite's best chapter. It tried to do so much, and sometimes it couldn't fully deliver, but I'm glad they tried. I can't wait to experience Chapter 2 OG later this year.